Hi students and parents, Mrs. Loy here to give you your week 5 expectations for our extended e-learning time. So I want to pop over into our checklist and take a look at what the expectations are going to be like this week. So let's take a peek. All right, first and foremost, I do want to just start off by saying great job so far. We're on week 5, going strong. And so this is for April 20th through the 24th. My podcast recommendation this week is actually a daily TED Talk where it talks about how it's okay to feel overwhelmed during this time. So that's that recommendation up there at the top of your weekly checklist. A new feature to our weekly checklist is this little note here about attendance. So we've been tracking attendance every single week based on your participation. And so I wasn't sure if students really knew how we were doing that. And so for me, I'm going to go ahead and put that information out there. So attendance for week 5 will be based on your discussion post for Monday and Tuesday. And we'll get into what that looks like here in just a second. So for Monday and Tuesday, your schedule. We do have our live Zooms on Monday and Tuesday during the appropriate class blocks. So Red 3, I just want to double check my times real quick. Red 3 is at noon and Red 4 is at 1:30. And then White 1 is at 9 a.m. and White 2 is at 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday. So those are Monday and Tuesday respectively. So if you're wanting to get connected to your other classmates, we are available on those days at those times. So in those class blocks, I haven't really been doing a lot of instruction, but it's a really good time for you to ask questions. And then it's a great time to do some writing, some live writing or some live reading with me being in proximity to you. So kind of like as if we were in the classroom reading and writing together. Quick reminder that Monday, April 20th is the final day to submit your Tragedy of Julius Caesar argument paragraph. So lots of feedback went out last Thursday and Friday. You had the weekend to make those revisions. You can upload as many times as you want to Checkpoint B. So I encourage you to do that and reach out if you're having questions on the feedback. So 11:59 p.m. on Monday is when we're going to go ahead and call it good on those paragraphs. And then there'll be no more Julius Caesar reading. And I know for a lot of you, you're going, and you know what? I'm right there with you. I'm ready to move on to something different for Unit 4. And so speaking of something new and different, on Monday and Tuesday this week, we are going to be focusing on a reading workshop. And I have yet to insert a time here. I'm thinking probably 35 to 40 minutes will be the time that we use here. It just depends on how long it takes students to do these 2 pieces of reading. So the first reading, the 2 pieces of reading you're going to be doing are actually available on Scope. And so in this agenda, I will link the student access to Scope, and I will also make sure that I input my password, which has always been Loy's Learners for our Scope access. So that information will be updated right here under the mini lesson as soon as I finish this video. So you're going to be doing 2 pieces of reading. I'm actually going to be doing some of the reading with you. So when you get into the mini lesson, there should be videos there where I'm doing some of this reading with you. Scope also provides a really awesome audio for both of these pieces. So for those of you that love listening rather than reading on your own, those are available for you. As you work through the mini lesson, the work time is really going to focus on the reading. So what is the focus of this piece? So thinking about central ideas. What's the big takeaway? What should I learn from these 2 pieces of reading? So one is like a narrative nonfiction and one's a little bit different. So we're working with 2 different genres. So I really want you guys to think about what is the similarity between these 2 pieces and what's the central idea that the author wants me to take away. And then secondly, what details from the text really support my central idea? So if I come up with a central idea, am I able to go back inside the Great Stink and the Toilets of the Future and able to pull out some evidence to support both of those? So the Great Stink, I think you guys are really going to enjoy. In 1858, London's river was polluted with feces, with poop. And so I hope that you guys enjoy reading that text. Just a little bit of lightheartedness in all of this pandemic time. So I hope that you guys enjoy There's a fly here. I hope that you guys enjoy reading that text. The share time is going to be sharing out the central idea that you come up with from both of those texts. So the discussion page will be linked right up to our reading workshop module. So again, making sure that you're hitting all of those steps by going directly to the Sunday agenda and clicking right on the reading workshop module, and then just following all the steps till the end. Per usual, our Wednesday is focused on the warrior workout. I have a breakfast Zoom from 9 to 10 a.m. Students get on, we hang out, we eat breakfast. I also want to point out that the writing block is kind of at a crossroads. So I offered the writing block the first time in week 4, and I didn't have any students take advantage of it. So I'm going to offer it again this week in week 5. Hopefully you guys show up and we have a chance to talk about your writing and really connect. If we're not utilizing the writing block, then we'll just go ahead and do away with that. I would hate to do that because it's another opportunity to meet with you guys. But if we're not utilizing it, I want to make sure that we're using that time for something else, some other way that I could be of assistance to you. Lastly, I want to point out Thursday, Friday. No live Zoom on Thursdays and Fridays, but you do have the writing workshop that is a follow-up to your reading workshop. So you'll have a module for Monday, Tuesday that you'll have a majority of the week to work on, and then Thursday, Friday, you'll start a writing module that will be due by Monday and Tuesday of the following week, so April 27th and 28th. This writing workshop will not count for your attendance during week 5, but it will count for your attendance in week 6. So you want to make sure that you're really staying up to date on that and knowing what you're getting counted for as far as attendance. The mini lesson is going to focus around central ideas and supporting details. You're going to look at your central idea from Monday and Tuesday, and you're actually going to create a CER chart where you're gathering those supporting details. No big paragraphs with this. We're just going to work through that CER chart process where you're going to be finding, thinking about your claim. So your claim will be your central idea. Your evidence is going to be those couple pieces of supporting details that you pull from the text. And then your reasoning will be you telling me why those pieces of evidence really support the central idea that you had in the C of your chart. So for the share time, you're going to be submitting, and that'll be an assignment that is available on Canvas. As always, here are some additional resources. Probably after this week, you'll see some of those resources disappear as we don't need them. But if you guys have any questions, or any concerns about this weekly checklist, please feel free to reach out and ask. I've been really excited to connect with a lot of you. I've had some one-on-one Zooms, and I'm really, really proud of how well you guys are working. So keep it up and let me know what I can do to help. Have a great week.